It's another week and another edition of Hashtag Trending. Thank you for joining us today with me, Ali Reza, and here are the hashtags that we'll be looking into in depth for the next 10 minutes today. So if you are ready for the first story, let's get right into it. Throughout decades, Palestinians living in the occupied territories have used stone throwing as a symbolic act of defiance and resilience against Israel. It's been glorified in Palestinian culture and its status elevated to that of a national sport, but it has also served as a military tool. And boy, it works magic. Just look how these Palestinian youths shoot down an Israeli tear gas drone with nothing but stones. Tear gas drones are a weird sight. I mean, man up, Israel. Just send a bunch of foot soldiers like you did before. Unacceptable. Anyways, let's just go through some of the tweets that we have found on the injustice faced daily by Palestinians at the hand of the occupying forces. So the first tweet by V Palestine reads, Israeli settlers under the protection of Israeli occupation forces fire at civilians and journalists during a peaceful demonstration against illegal settlement activity in the Palestinian village of Al-Mughayir. Let's check it out.
يلا تزور للشام تزور للشام هو زرق نسك هو زرق فنيم حتى لو سامع لا
Now, there are a lot of ways that a Zionist can hurt a Palestinian aside from taking their land or just randomly shooting at them. Like this next one. Baris Bakhchi writes, Israeli settlers set fire to Palestinian olive trees south of Nablus, West Bank. Thousands of trees, many of which date back thousands of years or were planted, raised and harvested by Palestinians for generations, are burnt to the ground every year. Let's check it out.
This is why.
Merry Christmas, everyone, especially to our Christian viewers. Now, this year, 2020, was a lot to handle with the COVID-19 affecting pretty much every aspect of our lives, including this festive period of the year. Now, stick around and watch as we show you some pictures of how different people from all around the world have prepared themselves for a safe Christmas. If you are among the few who have already gotten the COVID-19 vaccine, this next bit may not concern you, but for the rest of us, it is high time we switch to panic mode because there's a new mutant strain of the virus on the loose in the UK that is up to 70 times more contagious. 70 times. It's so bad that a dozen countries have already completely shut their borders with the UK, cancelling flights and train rides. Just check out the chaos that this new development has caused in London's Heathrow Airport. London has rolled out tighter restrictions to try and contain this new hyper-contagious variant of the virus, but apparently not all Londoners see eye to eye with government health officials. Check this out. This tweet by NewsRaters reads, "Violent protests in London today against the new COVID restrictions after Tier 4 lockdown has been imposed." All right, let's check it out. I understand people's frustration here, but what else can be done? This next tweet by UK Street Crime reads, "Police struggle with protesters in London. Looks like the reason for lockdown are that of fear." Let's check out what happened here. I mean, it's still London, but maybe just a different camera. So some of the people who weren't here in the protest tried to escape the city and the lockdown. A Raptors fan, I don't know if he's a fan of the basketball team or actual dinosaurs, he writes, "Hordes of passengers scrambled to catch trains out of London after Boris Johnson announced the city would move to a Tier 4 lockdown." All right, let's check out what happened here. Now, as we showed you earlier, the Great Exodus has caused quite the chaos in Heathrow, and here's more on that story. Callum Caliento Curry writes, "Congratulations, Prime Minister and your experts. You have caused the first evacuation of London since 1939. I mean, that's quite the take. I gotta hand it to him. Let's see what he's talking about. Now, let's cross over to Italy because the panic has already comfortably landed there. Karen writes, "Military patrols crowded Milan train stations ahead of travel ban in Italy." Let's see what happened here. Caroline Chaptini has done it again. She has broken the Guinness World Record for the third time. This time, she has achieved it by creating the biggest mosaic flag in the world, all made from recyclable material. And on that note, I will end the show right here. You know the drill. Give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.